Hi, I got a delivery. Today I'm going to unbox Age of Steam, the Kickstarter. And I guess this is a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure I just backed the basic layer, maybe like the lowest of the deluxe layers or something. And I did opt for the early delivery so that it doesn't deliver with On Mars, which literally only just got put on a freight truck yesterday. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Age of Steam is a reprint from Eagle Gryphon Games. There's a whole bunch of these games. The Age of Steam, Railways of the World, one that I can't pronounce, and that such. So this is distributed by Board Game Bliss here in right here in Toronto. So they do a really good job of packing. Now the game is designed by various designers based off of the Martin Wallace system. Ooh, look at this big box. Okay, so let's put the bigger box down there and figure out what's left in there later. Okay, so this is the deluxe edition, Age of Steam deluxe edition. This box is the roughly the same size as Lisboa, but actually skinnier. Actually, let me grab Lisboa for you, which was another game recently out by Eagle Gryphon Games. Now, Ian O'Toole did the new graphic design on Age of Steam, as well as the other Eagle Gryphon big box games. So here they are in comparison. You can see that there is a little bit, the Age of Steam box is about maybe a centimeter taller, but like 5 to 6 centimeters skinnier, which is honestly kind of annoying. I wish they were the same size of box. Let's put that aside. Let's put that in there for a second. We'll get what's into that box later. Also inside my box here is the deluxe wooden locomotives. Ooh, these have a really nice weight to them. These are the deluxe add-ons for the chips. They're a lot smaller than I expect, so I might actually use Roxley's Iron Clays to replace these when I play this game. I also backed Roxley's wooden box, but that's for a different time. Paper, paper, paper. I feel like the rest of this box is probably paper. Paper, 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 paper. Box. Okay, so let's dig into the Age of Steam box. So the deluxe bits came as a separate entity inside of that ridiculously large box. So the back here says that it comes with 6 maps. The Rust Belt, the Southern U.S., the Western U.S., Germany, Barbados, oh that's different, and St. Lucia. I didn't even know they had those maps. Steam belching iron horses roar across the land. Age of Steam relives the era when pioneering railroads built the tracks to transform the world's economy. Each phase in the game keeps players consistently involved in making vital decisions and interacting with other players. You are challenged to finance both the most extensive track network and the most powerful locomotives, determine which routes will give the best returns on their cost, beat the opposition to the most lucrative shipments, and make enough money to pay your aggressive creditors. This new deluxe edition enhances what has been one of the top-rated train games on BoardGameGeek.com since it first appeared in 2002. Completely re-envisioned and recreated art and graphics by Ian O'Toole, 6 maps included on 3 double-sided game boards, optimized for 2 to 6 player counts, 90 mini-sized 22mm poker chips to replace paper money, and I guess I ordered extras. Classic wooden track ownership discs in 6 new player colors, a spacious, well-designed insert with a clear plastic cover easily stores all components. The fundamental gameplay remains the same, great as it has always been. Okay, so let's open this up. Ugh. The very thick, sturdy box here. That's good for all this stuff. We've got an advertisement here for a lot of other Eagle Gryphon games. Doesn't look like anything new has been announced on this. Sometimes they kind of slip secrets in there. All of this stuff is already out and can go away. The rulebook is actually pretty small compared to the box size. This is roughly an 8.5 by 11 sheet. It's actually probably A1 paper because normally I think that's an actual standard. This, oh my god, this is so pretty. This rulebook is very well laid out. Nice clear columns, none of that zigzagging around trying to figure out where things are. And I imagine the editing is probably pretty good. I don't know who edited the book. And then you got different information on here for the maps on the back. Ooh, and I love this. I love it when a rule book puts the basics on the back of the rule book. So after you've read the rule book once and you kind of digest rules like I do, you could just need the little refresher. Although it doesn't have any particular setup refresher, like, you know, how many of what and etc. people get. I love it when that's included as well. Okay, it looks like these came and sit on top, but actually protrude past the top of the board. So it looks like you can actually throw out this insert, the cardboards after you punch all of this. So there's the punch for all of the rail lines. So you have the curved rails, and on the back of them is more curved rail. On the back of the straight rail is more straight rail. And then you have the specific rail links, and on the back of them, it looks like they are the same on the front and back, so that you can easily separate these into different piles instead of having to constantly shift around in the old one to find the track that you were looking for. Comes with a bag that, haha, I can fit my hand in it. Pass. Okay, so it said there was this plastic thing that goes over top of it. There's actually a couple of different things in here. Okay, so this comes out, and this one comes out as well. There's a lot of plastic in here. We've got a spacer piece that probably will stay. Does look like it has protected things from shipping. There's a little bit of a dent in here. We have, oh wow, these are really nice. Very thick, good quality cardboard here. Let's move this up a little so I don't have to bend over as far. And so it actually has the phases on here. So your phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And then you're going to go into phase 4. Wow, this is actually really cool. So the actual game board in itself gives you a reminder of what you're doing instead of a massive thing here. And then, of course, the economy here, because this is a pick up and deliver game if you've never played it before. Are all 6 of the maps in here? We got additional rule single page sheets for each of the maps. And so here is the Barbados map. So it tells you the map up here. It's very, very plainly done. I was really skeptical when I saw Ian's design for this because I liked what he did with Stevenson's rocket a little bit better. It had a little bit more design on the train element pieces here. I still think I would rather see this having a little bit more texture on it, but they did go in and put a very subtle texture in just on the type of material that they printed on. There's a little bit of a linen finish on these that give the grass a little bit of a grassy look, so that's a little bit cooler. That does not translate onto the big board. Onto the big board, there are specific graphic design elements. If you go really, really close on this, I don't know if you'll be able to see it at all. But there's lines in the ocean to make it a little bit more wet looking. On the back of Barbados is St. Lucia. Excuse me. What is this? We'll just carry on. Oh, this one's much bigger. Here we have the Hungary map. I don't really know why it's beige on the outside. Cool enough, I guess. This is actually a lot smaller than I expected. This Hungary map fits on the same size as this. So I don't know why they didn't just keep with these smaller boards to keep a smaller footprint. Now, definitely on the back side of this, we have a much bigger board. This one is the Finland map. We've got routes to Sweden and Russia in the corners. I've never played this map before, so I don't know what these red lines are. I imagine they must be blockers of some sort. If this is Finland, these could be representing fjords that we'd have to go around, or different types of blockers of some sort. I mean, it's red, so I imagine it's blocking. Ian's pretty good with that type of stuff. Another map in here. Lots of replayability with all these maps. So here we have Poland. Once again, this is really weird right here in the corner where the river just stops. But that's not a horrible thing. This map introduces a different type of terrain. And so on the board itself, you can see there's a different cost from building on this terrain, whereas the basic terrains are all on the main game rule board. On the back of Poland is France, which also has different types. It looks like we have white wineries and red wineries that we can build onto. And once again, a specific in the corner there for how to build on that thing. I'm not being very gentle with these boards, which you've seen in the past. I've ripped them when I've done that. These ones are pretty strong and holding up well. Okay, then we've got more map. So here we have Western US. And then on the other side, once again, more custom types of trail. And then we have the Southern US, no custom types here. And then finally, we have the last one, the Rust Belt. This one actually has tells you what these things are. That's actually pretty cool. So here's Lake Michigan, here is Lake Huron, and here's Lake Erie, here's Lake Ontario, and look at that, Toronto! Come visit, please. It's cold. There's snow everywhere. And then this looks a little bit squished. So not really impressed there. It's completely empty. So everything that came in this actually does, this is about 1 millimeter too big, so that's why it's become squished in shipping. Everything else seems to exist in here. We have, let's see, what are all the components listed for this? I think these are player discs. These are your track ownership discs in 6 different player colors. So we have red, pink, gray, blue, looks like we also have some spare parts as well. It's always nice when they're having yellow and green in player colors. So we have those as track ownership cubes. Now they've used slightly different but kind of the same colors. So there's the red and the red. You can see the player color is a little red-orange. The resource is a red-red. Pink and purple might end up giving anybody who is colorblind a little bit of difficulty. Blue and blue, these are exactly the same. Blue does represent a good, and this other blue is a player, so I don't really like that. But I can deal with that. The orange, I wonder if the orange looks any different on the, no, the orange stands out a little bit better. But orange and gray and yellow. These colors don't really interact too much with the rest of the colors here, so that's okay. Then you have your turn marker and the town discs. I don't know what the town discs are, so that must be in one of the different maps. And that's it. So I guess this one must be for each player set. And then separately, I have the trains. So the discs are replaced by these trains in the deluxe version. And so I have the same colors. We have some spares. We have gray. These trains are bigger than the ones that came with Irish Gauge, which Ian O'Toole also did the graphic design on, which was released by Capstone. But these are smaller than the original steam trains. I like this size. They look pretty cool. And there's a new design on here that's a little bit more tiny. But they've got a nice little peak there, the cow separator, which is the worst thing to call it, but it's literally to plow cows off of the tracks in the old days. So we got red, yellow, green, gray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. There's 6 player colors. Five player disc and 5 extra discs to use in expansion in player colors: blue, green, yellow, green, gray, orange. Yeah, so it looks like they've cheaped out here on the cards, or there may have been a shipping problem. Yeah, I don't see them. So there's actually red is here. Yeah, it looks like the blue trains are missing. Doesn't seem like I lost them here. Yeah, so red's here, blue is missing, I have pink, I have gray, I have green, and I have yellow. So I'm gonna have to sift through all of that paper I threw on the floor and make sure I don't have the blue ones lost in there. Otherwise, my pack of Age of Steam Deluxe Wooden Locomotives came missing the blue locomotives. And then additionally, now it says on the box the poker chips are a part of the deluxe version, but they did ship separately, so I imagine that must have been a manufacturing packing error. Here are the chips. I got a set of 90 chips, so I think actually the base game comes with less. 40 is 80, 10. No, that's 90. So yeah, I'm not too sure why these are outside of the box and not inside the box. I believe I paid for extra chips, so I'm going to have to look up on Kickstarter about that and make sure that's also not missing. These chips, however, though, are so nice. Anyways. Okay, a couple things I noticed after I got this all punched out and set up. There is a large gap here for the extra 5s. So these are just going to fall over and end up getting all over this insert. There's a lot of attention paid to this insert, so it's kind of surprising. The train tiles here could have actually used some type of separator. There's a little bit of room here, so if they just gave us like a hex-based triangle, I might 3D print one, just to separate all the different types of tiles so that you don't have to sift through all of these each game in order to figure that out. The dice have a place here. The trains have a place here. And then reading the rules of note, there are extra player discs for the expansion, so these aren't necessarily all extra replacement pieces, so don't just throw these in your bits bin. Do keep these with the game if you play the expansions, with the exception of my blue trains missing. These are really hard to get out if you don't take all of the boards out. So even though you're only going to play with one of the boards, I've now actually got to a spot where these are even, and it's actually kind of difficult to take this out. So I actually have to take this out first And then you can take your boards out to get the board you want, and then you can get access to this. I thought this was weird, and then I realized that I left the bag out. So all of the goods cubes actually belong in the bag, which then belong into this. So I have to fix that. We've got the player marker cube that goes into here, and the little towns that also fit into here. So that's actually really cool. So it's actually just kind of weird that there wasn't really any tabs available, so that you didn't have to pull out all of the maps in order to get access to this stuff. And this doesn't actually fit perfectly. The white goes on top there. And all these resource cubes will go into the bag here. Anyways, that's everything that's in the box for Age of Steam. I'm really excited to get to hit the table. Look for a review soon. Why don't you go and check out another one of my videos? Hit like, subscribe. I guess you can ring that bell thing that everyone else tells you to do, but whatever. Anyways, until next time, I'm going to go searching for those blue locomotives. Bye.